Okay, now we're moving on to your Mars, which is your ego. Hi guys, it's Brianna, and Storm is with me today because she wants to be my intro video. But today I want to talk to you guys about astrology. Astrology is a really deep, diverse field of study. I'm not going to be able to get into all of it today, but hopefully I can condense it enough to give you the basics to help you start to understand yourself, understand your chart maybe a little bit, and yeah, that's what I'm here to do, and I hope you enjoy. Astrology is the study of the planetary alignments during the time that you were born. You don't have to just study the time that you were born. Astrologers also study the planetary alignments during all the days, all the months, to understand the shifts of what we're going through. By being able to chart the placements or create a birth chart, you're able to understand kind of your personality, your interests, and other traits that represent you in a more detailed way. You can also use your chart to kind of strategize some things that you should do or things that you should hold off of or take action on during certain times of the month. The first thing to understanding astrology is to know where your placements are at. So where are the planets during the time that you are born? There are inner planets, which have to do directly with our traits and our personalities, and then there are the outer planets that represent the generation that you were born in and how they act as a whole. I'm not going to go into the outer planets today because they're kind of a generational sense. I want to really teach you about you. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into the inner planets, and I'm also going to bring up my birth chart to help explain this. If you're new to astrology, your sun sign is probably the sign that you've heard most of. It's the sign of the month that you were born. So if you know someone also born in July, they're most likely the same sign as you. Your sun sign kind of represents the umbrella of you, how you are deep inside, how you navigate the world, what you're attracted to, what you're good at, just things that kind of come naturally to the sense of who you are. So I'm going to pull up my birth chart, and I'm a Cancer. So I was born July 19th, and I'm going to read you a little bit description about me. So it's kind of a chance for you to get to know me and to also show you how I'm reading my birth chart that I purchased on Astro Charts. Cancer is represented by the crab, a delicate, highly aware being who is able to trust oneself and one's connection to the divine. True. Its hard protective shell symbolizes its capacity to protect itself and honor its sensitivity. Yes. Very extremely sensitive between the ages of like 13 and 18 especially. Cancers naturally place their feelings first. Very true for me, and also I use my feelings to track my knowing and also my sixth sense. Highly values environment of caring, heart connection, and emotional energy, and they can fall into the trap of seeking these qualities from others or depending on them. Yeah, it's something that I've learned, and it was a tough lesson, but I'm really thankful to have situated my friend group so that I'm surrounded by people who are really naturally caring and loving and affectionate. Okay, enough of my sun sign. Let's learn about our moons. So your moon sign, or where the moon was in placement of your birthday, is your emotions, your feeling, like it's something that you really can't hide. It's very deep-rooted emotions and feelings. How you instantly react to things, how your brain works, things like that. Going back to my chart. I am a Virgo, and I never really resonated or thought about being a Virgo much in my moon placement before. I was like really just all about my Cancer energy. But as I grow older, I understand why it's so intense and where it really shows up. And it definitely has to do with my like workaholic tendencies, or like really diving deep into passion projects. I can do it all day. I can do it all day and not run out of energy. I can do it unless it's something that I am forced to do and I don't really want to do. If it's something that's like a passion project or specific to me, I'll work on it all day, all night, days in a row, and I won't get tired of it. Virgo seeks to really know and feel connected to their innate preferences, feeling guided by them as if it is their inner compass. Very true. Moon in Virgo reveals in spaces that allow oneself to just be as they are, sincere, simple, and forthright. One seeks tools which allow oneself to feel healthier and clearer. Very true. Yoga, tea, which I should be sipping on right now because I really need it, and meditating are those for me. Letting go of the oars in life. Okay, this one's a little bit of a sad one. Letting go of the oars in life can be empowering. As one moves into a place of general acceptance, happiness, and ease, one simply becomes more relaxed. Virgos can feel a little bit tense because they overwork or they overthink or they overanalyze. So that's something I'm still working through, but I feel as I get older and I kind of just allow life to just take the wheel, it will become easier for me. Okay, moving on. Your ascending. Your ascending, or your rising sign, as people say, is how people perceive you. I know this one can kind of be confusing and a lot of people don't relate to it. And I think this is because we don't really understand how people look at us. Like, we kind of think of who we are, but we don't understand how people perceive us per se. So it's kind of the sign how people categorize you, or like their first impression. Also can be seen as your overall temperament. So my rising is a Libra. I know my chart goes in order. I'm Cancer, Leo, cusp, which means that I fall kind of in between. I'm the first day of like the cusp. So more relying on the Cancer, but Leo tendencies arise. Virgo moon, Libra rising. It's kind of weird that how they're all in a row, but I like it. So my rising, let's get into it. Positively, one comes off as sweet, polite, friendly, and quite approachable. I would say that's true. You are likely to be very charming and sociable. When I want to be, I can be a little shy at times. More than that, you take a fair approach to life and you act diplomatic and tactful. Also goes really well with my Virgo tendencies. On the converse, you may also come off as Mr. or Miss Nice, shying away from expressing unpopular opinions and being uncomfortably authentic. Definitely in middle school and high school, I did not show my true self at all. I put on a mask trying to just fit in. I feel like when I began my spiritual awakening, that's when I really started to embrace my interests and yeah, feel good about them. Put on that crown. Moving on, we have our Mercury, which is our intellect. How you move through obstacles. I think this is a really important one when it comes to careers and creating like a good relationship with your coworkers or your friend group. Okay, going into my Mercury. Symbolically, when I communicate, it's seen as extroverted, eager to share its creative power and celebration. I feel like this is very true in my immediate family and friends, but I'm not the biggest sharer when it comes to like people I'm not as comfortable with. Expression. You wish to boldly roar and loudly express yourself. Your verbal expression is dynamic, active, enthusiastic, and warm. As I'm making this video, I definitely see my Leo and Mercury coming out as I feel more comfortable with the camera. You know what I'm saying? This is my 6th, 7th like official sit down video. So as I get more comfortable, definitely I can see myself becoming more enthusiastic and warm. Cool. You may take criticism as a personal affront. Yes. Which also kind of fears me on the side of YouTube, not to be honest. Okay, moving on to your Venus. You might guess by this planet it has to do with love. How you love, what you value in a relationship, how you show up in your romantic partnership, and how to discover your love language. Okay, moving on to my Venus. Okay, so when I originally read this one, I was like, but then when I received like an actual birth chart reading that I paid for, it was a lot more in depth and was able to understand it better. In love, you might have something of an addiction to chaos. Not so much anymore, maybe in the past. Really, you are looking for excitement and versatility in connections. That's what I'm looking for, yes. But you can also get caught up in chasing after dramatic people or creating a spectacle. My exes. When pursuing romantic partners, you are looking for partners who are simply fun and to be around. Yes, my current partner. They make everything entertaining, they get your sense of humor, they charm people, you just click and understand each other. Yes, very like dual Gemini personalities. Okay, now we're moving on to your Mars, which is your ego. So your ego is your shadow self, or like your inner mean girl or boy, I don't know who's watching, or whatever pronouns, we don't care here. um, your ego is your aggression and your impulse, how you work with or against others or yourself. This is good to understand what sets you off. Okay, looking at my Mars, let's see, I'm a pretty mild person, so I'm gonna guess it's either a water or an air sign. Yes, air sign. Okay, I'm a Gemini and Mars as well. Your energy tends to be bountiful, versatile, and dynamic. Oh, thanks. Your mind is very alert, so sometimes you are more captivated by thought rather than following through with the action. It comes up sometimes, but I feel like my Virgo moon pushes me to actually do it. You have an innate curiosity that leads you to many ventures. Yes, I call myself all the time the jack of all trades because I want to learn everything, and it's really hard for me to master one thing. You have everything you need to succeed, but you could benefit from cultivating more staying power to avoid your energies becoming dispersed. I think I should take that advice more too. So that's the inner planets, your sun, your moon, your rising. Well, rising's not technically a planet, but we're just gonna put it in here because it's really important. Mercury, Mars, Venus, etc. Last two things I want to share with you to help you begin your astrology journey is learning about the North Node, South Node, and the houses. So your North Node and South Node are really important placements that I feel like everyone doesn't talk about much, or it gets overlooked. Your South Node is your karmic past, or your past lives, things that you need to fix in your past life in this present life. It's where you can almost feel stuck or like reoccurring energy, okay? Your North Node is your karmic present. You've learned whatever you needed to learn in your past life, and you're here to fix that or change that in this life today, now. It's how you can improve yourself. So this astro chart only gives you your North Node. I believe they expect you to look up your South Node, which is just the exact opposite sign of your North Node. So my South Node, which is my karmic past, is in Aries, which is a very fiery sign, and kind of having to do with like me. So in my karmic past, that's more of what I focused on. In this life, my chart wants me to work on community or working with others. So looking at my North Node, which is Libra, all about balance, cooperation, it says increasing awareness of others' perspectives, creating mutually benefit situations with others. So I kind of see that as giving, which I feel like I'm very aligned with at the moment and have been for a long time. Last but not least is your houses. Both intertwine really well, so your houses aren't going to be too different from your planetary placements. But they do really give good overall themes that are not related to just personality. They have to do with like tangible things, like money, family, health, beliefs, careers, which is a really important one. 10, which is also known as your midhaven, is your career or the line of work which your soul really wants to do. In this chart, we'll take a look at my midhaven. So my midhaven is Cancer, which I find really sweet because as I knew as a child, Cancer was really important to me, so it makes sense why it aligns with my career. A Cancer midhaven suggests that you wish to work in fields that involve nurturing and compassion, particularly establishing emotional safeguards that benefit the community. It may also indicate a desire to work from home. I find this really hilarious because I currently don't do that, and it gives me a lot of anxiety and stress. But during time of quarantine, I've been doing things like working on my website, giving readings, Akashic and Tarot, working on this channel, things like that. And that's all. I feel like I do it to serve my community and to serve other people and to help them emotionally. But also I've been really loving working from home, and it's made me really want to do this forever. That's all I'm going to go into today. There's a lot more things, a lot more vocab that I could go into, but I feel like this is a good base. And I'm no astrologer, so I'm not going to be able to really take you beyond here unless I continue to study. But yeah, I think those things are a really good base to like help you begin and to start aligning with things that you need and are feeling deep inside. I'm so happy you are here today to learn about astrology. It's an amazing first step into going into your spiritual journey. It was one of my first steps into going into my spiritual journey. I would like to thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw today, leave a like, comment, subscribe. The work I do currently online is building a holistic and spiritual blog. I do tarot readings, Akashic record readings, and I make new blog posts every Sundays about similar topics to what we talked about in the video. I appreciate you. Let me know what you found out about your chart, and I will see you guys all next week. Have a great one.